Happy Monday, everybody. Today we had a very good day, and you can see here this morning pre-market video to my members. I told them this is in the buy zone, S&P 500. This is US 500 live futures right now. They were in the buy zone around 9 o'clock, so I told them, guys, this is where you need to buy. And sure enough, we got a bounce, and I said until neutral zone is where you want to take profits out, and surely we got easy 0.77% profit, and then that was very good trade. Even Nasdaq 100, I gave these levels. We were here around 9 o'clock in the buy zone. I said we are in the green lines. I expect a bounce. And look what happened. We got a bounce. We even went all the way up to more than 1%. And I told them this is the neutral line. I gave this level, and this is what easy trades 0.76% in one day. Easy profits here. Same thing with Dow Jones and Russell 2000. Everything was in the buy zone and easy trades here. And we can see easy in on Russell 2000 1.27 profits, and Dow Jones also easy here to neutral zone, almost 0.62% profits. Okay, so it was easy trade. And I do share these trades with my subscribers. If you want to join. The link is in the description here of the video. You can go and see. All right, so where we are now, let's quickly look at triple Qs. Let's quickly go to 1 hour chart and let's hide these regular trading hours. So you can see we have this gap down. Wednesday, 20th of September. This is the big gap down, and we are still trying to. It was 0.47% up. And the end of the day, we had a little bit of rally, and we can still see we still have at minimum this gap to fill before market decides either to go down, make a new low. Okay, let me go to daily chart to show that. Okay, so there are two possibilities now. So most likely we're going to fill this gap. Looks like they do want to fill this gap. So I think what they want to do here, this is all speculation. Okay, so this is, they could fill this gap, then come back, and then go higher, all right, and then fill all these gaps, or we can straight go high from here, all right. So there's a gap here. I don't think this gap bottom is gonna fill, but I think most likely this gap will fill, and then market will decide, do they want to go and go down and fill the other gap, or do they want to follow this yellow path? All right, so there are two scenarios, but the good thing is if you can hold for a couple of weeks to a month, the end result is here, and end result is new all-time high. All right, and also I want to show you Nasdaq weekly chart, and let's bring in some other indicator. Let's see how we are doing there. And this is Nasdaq weekly indicator, EMA lines, and you can see what's happening now. I said we are now in this. Oh, sorry, I need to go to NDX. So here you go, NDX. And I said we will bounce between red and green line, and looks like we're starting the bounce. And yeah, we can, the worst case, we can come all the way down to 14,235. So that from today's close, which is Monday, we can still come down 3.5%, and that would be it. Or we already made a bottom, and now we are heading high from here. All right, so you got to make a decision right now where do you want to wait for another new low and buy there, or this is the low, who knows. But at the end, no matter how we go, end result is here, all-time highs. All right, so do not be too bearish. Look to buy. If you haven't bought yet, look to buy on all the dips you get, and this is one of the great opportunity you have for the biggest opportunity to go to new all-time high from here. All right, sorry. Okay, so now let's go to SPY. You can see same thing. SPY. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so S&P 500 SPY ETF, you can see this gap is coming here. So this is the most probable scenario. We're going to go fill this gap, then come down, fill this other gap, and then go higher. All right, so this is a scenario I think I prefer, but remember, no matter how we go, we're going to be going straight up. All right, Dow Jones TIA ETF, you can see same thing. We found support on 200 EMA, heading higher, gonna go fill this gap mostly, make a new low, and then go higher. IWM, same thing, looks like we are going higher, gonna fill this gap, then maybe go high, low, make a new low. But looks like this gap is, let's go to 1 hour chart and see if we fill this gap or not. We came very close to this, filling this gap on 1 hour, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's quickly see here. Let's see, let's zoom in. You can see what's happening here. This gap looks like it's filled, so if I put it like this, because they always have these adjustments for dividends. If I fill like this, let's quickly see. Still not, little bit of gap left in my opinion. Oh no, sorry, I got the wrong filler there. So this gap is from here. It should be like this, okay? It should be above the last 1 hour chart or a candle, and you can see it's filled. Like we can delete this, all right? So in IWM, this gap is filled. So looks like there's no gap left. So we're gonna go fill this gap up, yellow gap. Most likely could make a new low compared to previous low with some divergence we will build, and then we go for towards new all-time high. All right, that's what my scenario is on Russell 2000 gold week, and this is where it should be looking to find weakness, and exactly what's happening. You can see this whole area here finding weakness and now going lower, and I think it might fill this gap. You can see on this day, this one day, 13th of March, this gap up, so that's my target, fill this gap. 1870, then go higher. Silver also, you can see nicely on this trend line, look to buy on this trend line, coming very close to trend line. That's what my projection is. So this trend line is going to be around 2288. So look to buy there. Natural gas looks like it had a green day, but again on this trend line, look to buy all the dips. And crude oil finding weakness where it should. You can see massive resistance here. I think crude oil might have already seen the top, short-term top, and I think it's coming down to this support around $83. Dollar, wow, dollar is breaking out. That's not a good news because dollar is now above previous high with no divergence on PPO and RSI. So this is not good news. Let's see if dollar can weak. If it does not, then it's going to be bad for stock market. But if it dollar weaks, then it's going to be good for gold and Bitcoin. Bitcoin, let's see. Oh, I did get a red dot, which is not a good sign. I did get a red dot today. So that's not a good sign, but let's see if we can reverse this. And again, we got a green dot, red dot here on this day, 11th of September, but next day it got followed by a green dot. So I think let's see, maybe if we're going to get a green dot, it needs to happen right away. The good news is, let's zoom in. Good news is green line is still above red line. All right, and RSI is still, well, RSI is bad, it's red, but if I get a green line, green dot, that will be good. But PPO, one of the momentum indicator is showing there's still good momentum to the upside. Ethereum right on the edge, still green line is above red line. So let's see if Ethereum can hold this. We will see. All right, so let's quickly look at stocks. Apple, when I write on the support, 174 is a very good support. It's holding all the time. Today also it held. And I think Apple is looking good to go start filling these gaps. Tesla up 0.86%, below all the trend line. And yeah, I might have to adjust this trend line, but I don't have any good points. So maybe we can make something like this. Also, that's possible. Yeah. So why don't we make something like this? But again, there are 3 data points here, so we're gonna let's go with this for now. And there's a gap fill here around 262. It's quite possible we're going to go from here to fill this gap. 6.25%. Tesla can do it in one day. Also, earnings coming on 18th of October. So we'll see. We might get some earnings bump. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Microsoft again in the flat, but in the buy box. And again below the trend line. So let's see how it closes. Google again in the demand zone, buy zone with multiple gaps to the upside. And Meta, Facebook, again, this is also one of the ones which I don't have a clean trend line. So actually, I'm going to delete this because I don't have a clean trend line here. But for now, let's bring in moving averages and see if, what's happening here. It's finding support on this 50 EMA line, which is a yellow line. So let's see if it can hold that. If not, then we're coming all the way down. You can see the multiple gaps here. You can see these gaps here, 208. 233, all these gaps, you can come down to fill that. Amazon broke this trend line, massive gap here, that's going to be filled. So I think Amazon should short term look for filling this gap, and maybe it will come lower and then go higher. That's what I'm expecting on all the indices. But let's see if Amazon do that, or it goes to straight new all-time high. Netflix up 1%. I do want to see divergence. I don't see divergence on daily chart, but 1 hour chart was showing divergence. You can see it was making new low with higher momentum on PP or RSI. So the bounce was due. Snowflakes flat, but I think it's getting ready to fill most of these gaps. NVDA up 1%. Again, this is the one which trend line broke. So let's see if it can fill all these gaps. AMD up 1%. This yellow gap is still to be filled. So let's see if AMD can also move higher. And let's look at Hang Seng Index, still weak until it closes above 18,800. Stay very careful. Toronto Stock Exchange looks like it did it make a no, he made a new equal low with higher momentum on PP and RSI. So that's good sign. There are multiple gaps to fill to the upside. XIC is the ETF you can buy if you want to trade Toronto. Bonds not looking good, keep going lower, but still on higher momentum on PPO and RSI. You can see here. So there could be some news coming where bonds can bounce very rapidly. Copper right in the buy zone. This is where you want to buy CPER. Palladium coming to the buy zone now. Look to buy it. Wheat up 0.53%, so bouncing from the back test of this bullish falling wedge. So that's good. So it looks like it's trying to make a bottom. Also still higher momentum on PPO and RSI, so everything is good. Corn also trying its best. So let's see, same things. Higher momentum on PPO and RSI. Let's see if corn can recover. Soya beans again in the buy zone. So this is where you want to buy soya beans in the buy zone. This is, you can zoom out and see. It's a good time to buy. Sugar up down 2%. Not sure why, but look to buy on this trend line. We had divergence. You can see a divergence on RSI and PPO, and I really pointed this out to my subscribers. See massive red candle today. Okay, let's quickly look at Newmont Mine. 0.64%. Not bad. Looking okay. Gold miners, still multiple gaps to fill, gap down. So looks like it might want to now from here come all the way down, fill this gap before it can go higher. Let's see. So maybe I'll delete this and make a new chart here. So we have to adjust based on new data information available, so you can fill this gap and then go higher. All right. And let's quickly look at sectors. XLK, nothing changed. Looking for filling these gaps. Energy sector, no massive move. Good. Looks like it's ready for another run higher. XLV, healthcare. You can see here coming to the back test of this support. Actually, let's go to 1 hour chart. Looks like we filled this gap, so we can delete. You can see how nicely gaps are always filled. So healthcare looking for support on this trend line. XLU kind of flat, but right on the demand zone. This is where you should be buying. So or this could also come down all the way since it came so close. 61.81 is a massive gap. So see if it wants to come there. Industrial XLI looking for same thing like S&P 500. Looking for filling this gap, make a new low and then go higher. Real estate sector, massive breakdown. So I won't be bullish until we recover this trend line. So I'm staying bearish on real estate financials. Also kind of flat. So maybe I need to adjust this trend line slightly if I can. Something like that. You can see. Can you see that? You can see it's same thing here. If you want to make another secondary trend line, maybe I'll go with this. All right, for now, you can see here. You can see all these. Let's do that. And I'm going to delete this. So finance are looking good. Also, it made a new low with divergence on PP and RSI. So that's an indication. XKRE, same thing, looking for selling off, filling this gap. 10.9.69, then go higher. Okay. And that's about it. Shopify bouncing, but again, massive gap is here. Let's see if it's gonna, maybe on next day, it's gonna dump. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I don't have a lot left right now here. If you want anything else to be reviewed, let me know in the comment section. VIX is also bouncing, but this looks like a reversal candle. So looks like VIX will come down now. Came almost to 1820. So that's a good sign. Again, US 2500, sorry, looking for, you can see this trend line broke, looking for it to go back to this trend line. US 100, Nasdaq, same thing, this trend line broke, looking for it to go back to above this trend line, like I showed you at the initial recording. Okay, guys, have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.